At the start of the film, we see a car parked on the side of the road with its engine still running, but there's no one inside. The area around it is silent and deeply unsettling, and the events that led up to this moment are far more disturbing than this scene suggests. The story follows four friends, Tyler, James, Jessica, and Fisher, who decide to meet one last time before going their separate ways in life. They get into a car and head out in search of something to eat. After a while, they leave the city behind and take a turn off the main road. At one point, they're supposed to take another turn, but it never appears. The GPS keeps telling them to go straight. After driving for a while, Tyler starts getting frustrated and decides to make a U-turn, thinking they must have missed the turn earlier. As they drive back, everyone is carefully watching the road when Tyler suddenly slams on the brakes. There's no road ahead anymore. It just ends. Beyond the car, there's nothing but dense forest. It makes no sense because they definitely came from that same road. The others assume they must have missed the turn again, but Tyler is certain there was no turn at all. He can't understand how trees could suddenly grow where the road used to be. He gets out of the car and walks toward the trees, even clearing the ground to check if the road is buried underneath. But there's nothing there, just solid earth and thick forest. James steps out too, and at that exact moment, he spots someone sitting deep inside the woods. For a second, he thinks it's just his imagination. But then everything turns into chaos. Suddenly, a group of people comes running out of the forest and surrounds the car. They look terrified, screaming for help. More and more people begin emerging from the woods behind them. James and Tyler freeze, unable to process what they're seeing. The group completely surrounds the car. Fisher's window is open, and multiple hands grab onto his arm, pulling with such force that it leaves deep wounds. Jessica starts screaming, begging them to stop as they nearly tear him apart. In a panic, she jumps into the driver's seat, throws the car into reverse, and speeds backward. Tyler and James run toward the car, trying to get back in before it's too late. The crowd lunges at the vehicle again, but with a sharp, desperate maneuver, Jessica manages to escape, leaving them behind. The entire experience is absolutely terrifying. All four of them are shaking, their hearts pounding fast. They try to make sense of what just happened, without understanding where those people came from or why they seemed so helpless. They keep driving. But then Jessica notices something alarming. The fuel tank is almost empty. On top of that, Fisher's hand is bleeding badly. They're forced to stop the car. Tyler quickly wraps a piece of cloth tightly around Fisher's arm to slow the bleeding. And then, it happens again. People come running back and start attacking the vehicle. Jessica floors the gas once more and speeds away as fast as she can. But now all four of them are in shock, because these aren't the same people as before. The first group is far behind them. These new attackers came straight out of the forest along the roadside, which means the entire forest is filled with people. No matter how far they drive, the moment they stop, they'll be surrounded again. Their only plan now is to keep moving and stay alert for any turn. The second they find one, they'll get out of this place and never return to this road again. At least that's what they believe. They keep driving. 6 hours pass. The sun is about to rise, and that's when things get truly strange. The car is still running. The fuel should have run out long ago, but the meter hasn't moved even an inch. It's stuck exactly where it was 6 hours ago. That's impossible. But the terrifying part is, it's happening right in front of their eyes. From the moment they entered this place. Jessica stops the car again so they can switch seats. James is especially careful, making sure the engine never shuts off. If the fuel gauge isn't moving, who knows what might happen if they turn the car off? It might never start again. All four of them step out of the car for a moment, still trying to figure out why they haven't seen a single turn in all this time. And then, once again, people start emerging from the forest. The second they see them, everyone jumps back into the car and Tyler hits the gas. At this point, they can't ignore it anymore. They have to face what's happening. A road that never ends. A car that just keeps driving. Endlessly. And in the middle of the forest, silent figures sit motionless, only to turn completely insane the moment the car stops, sprinting straight toward it. The group can't help but wonder, what kind of place is this? James, the most level-headed among them, doesn't take the situation lightly. He suggests something disturbing, that maybe all four of them are already dead. Maybe the car crashed last night and now they're trapped here. This could be the afterlife, or some kind of hell. But when someone asks where the crash even happened, or when Tyler hit the brakes, James realizes that moment might actually have been the accident, because all this strangeness started right after that. And it's not just what they're seeing, it's what they're feeling. Since then, none of them have felt tired. No hunger, no thirst, no need to sleep. Just like the endless road ahead, they themselves feel infinite, like they're stuck in something that never moves forward. They've figured out one rule: they can't stop driving. They take turns behind the wheel, switching seats occasionally, taking only brief breaks. The engine is never turned off, and they constantly watch for a turn in the road, hoping it finally appears. They're clearly stressed, but also bored out of their minds. All they hear is the wind and the sound of the car. The radio doesn't work, no music. No one even feels like talking. Mentally drained, they keep switching drivers and moving forward. The only reason they change drivers is to let the person at the wheel rest. But here's the problem. No one can actually sleep. No one even feels tired. None of it makes sense. And now it's becoming clear. That turn they're waiting for might never come. Whatever this is, it's not ending. According to James, they're dead. But there's one major flaw in that theory. Fisher's injured hand is healing. And that doesn't fit with the idea that nothing changes here. If his wound is getting better, maybe they're not dead after all. Still, no one has a better explanation. James starts throwing out other possibilities. Maybe they've been drugged. Maybe they've fallen into some kind of dimensional rift. Or maybe they unknowingly triggered an ancient curse. He urges everyone to think deeply about it. And then a chilling thought creeps in. Did any of them do something so terrible that they actually deserve this? Fisher admits that he once told his mom he wasn't religious, and that really hurt her. Jessica then mentions that she once tried to take her own life. James just shakes his head. He's looking for something related to driving, like hitting someone or causing an accident. But none of them have done anything like that. Tyler insists he didn't make any mistakes, and James says the same about himself. He even apologizes in case he ever hurts anyone, hoping it might end the trip, but nothing happens. Then Tyler suddenly remembers something from the previous night's drive that everyone else forgot. He says he broke up with his girlfriend because she wanted him to drive 3 hours just to pick pumpkins. Tyler thought breaking up was the easier option. Now, ironically, he's stuck in a never-ending road trip. But how long can they just keep driving? The road never ends, so they decide to try something different. They deliberately stop the car and start honking the horn to attract the people in the forest. They set a timer on their phone, and that's when they discover something strange. Exactly 1 minute and 30 seconds pass every time the car stops. After those 90 seconds, people start panicking and running toward the vehicle. This means if they stop, they only have 90 seconds of peace, or 90 seconds to step into the forest and look around, because those people don't attack them. They only care about the car. So they decide to take advantage of this opportunity, since just sitting still won't solve anything. As morning arrives, they stop the car again. Tyler sets the timer and rushes into the forest. He can't go too far, but he ventures out just enough to see what's around him, and all he can observe is the forest in every direction. Meanwhile, scattered all around, people are sitting or lying completely still, totally frozen, like time itself has stopped. But as the timer keeps running and the car remains stationary, they slowly begin to move. One by one, they stand up, and the panic starts all over again. Seeing this, Tyler rushes back to the car just in time, and they immediately accelerate. As they speed away, they check the bags inside the car and find a chocolate bar. Jessica wants to eat it, but James instantly shuts the idea down. He warns that it's a bad decision, If she eats it here, it might stay in her stomach forever. Now they finally understand the 1 minute 30-second rule. So they start stopping the car more often, using that time to test new things. They climb trees, enter the forest, observe the frozen people, and even try some exercises. That's when they realize something important. While they don't feel tired, they don't have unlimited energy either. At one point, they throw a piece of wood onto the road. The plan is simple. If they see it again, it means they're trapped in a loop. But the wood never reappears. So it's not a loop. The road is just unbelievably long. During these stops, they come up with a new plan. Every time the car stops, Tyler and James run into the forest. At the same time, Jessica turns the car around and drives a little distance away. This gives Tyler and James a few extra seconds, since those creatures always run toward the car. That small window of time becomes their biggest hope. All four of them begin to notice a fixed pattern in this strange place. The moment the car stops, the people in the forest slowly start becoming active. And exactly after 1 minute and 30 seconds, they go into full panic mode and charge toward the car. Taking advantage of this, Tyler and James push deeper into the forest. All around them is the same terrifying sight. People sitting motionless on the ground, as if time has completely frozen. But as the timer nears its end, their bodies begin to twitch and move, turning the entire place into a living nightmare. Jessica keeps the car ready at a distance, prepared for a quick escape at any moment. Now the biggest question remains. What exactly is this place? A parallel world? A curse? Or are they already dead? James tries to apply logic from every possible angle, but no theory seems to fit perfectly. Fisher's hand slowly starts to heal, and the wound itself becomes a signal that he's still alive. But everything else completely breaks that logic. As time passes, their mental condition begins to deteriorate. The road never ends. The fuel never runs out. They don't feel hunger, and they can't sleep. This entire system doesn't feel like normal reality at all. Guilt starts to consume Tyler, and he begins to believe that the decisions he made the previous night are the reason they're trapped in this nightmare. The car becomes their safe haven, and those 90 seconds are their only lifeline. As long as they keep moving, they might survive. But the moment they give up, those silent figures in the forest will consume them forever. And from here, their real fight begins. To uncover the truth behind their survival, and to escape this endless road. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Also subscribe to this channel for more stories like this.